Hello. Welcome to Unrealized Reality, Last King Standing. Now, a few reminders. Remember, this stream right here is an immersive experience. With that said, all your interactions in chat directly with the roleplay will affect the outcome. Sometimes, even the simplest of interactions may sway a completely different direction, may sway the plot of things in a direction that you'd never expect. So, interact as much as you want. And remember, if it's not your thing, feel free to just spectate. Don't worry. A few other reminders. There will be choices to be made. As a result, a poll will be put up in chat so that you may contribute. Ultimately, the majority will be followed. Be careful though. Just because it's the majority might not mean it could be the right answer. And you'll see the consequences ultimately unfold as you go along in the story. Finally, supas, donos, and memberships will be read later on during the stream. However, you may use supas, particularly the message you may include in supas, as part of your interactions, and they will be counted. Donos, however, will be a bit trickier to manage, so for any interactions, ideally use supas. Nonetheless, your support is most appreciated, and all funds that we gain from today's Unrealized Reality will be used to fund the next one. Good luck, Cupcake, and enjoy the roleplay. Cupcake? Can you hear me? I'm glad I was able to reach you. But we don't have enough time. If you're wondering, it's me, but it's, well, not the same one at least. But our time is short, so listen up. These phenomenons you've been experiencing, yeah, I'm aware of them, but the Dinoboi in your reality might not. I've gone through this, you know. I'm fully aware of this, but I was too late. I wasn't able to understand what exactly was going on. You, however, you might have a chance, so listen up. No, we don't have enough time. Remember this. You'll probably be brought to another world, another fragment, another shard of reality, but it's not real. Well, not the type of real that... Anyway, listen. I need you to take this. When you head into that world, you will still have this item on you. It's a small shard. Hold on to it. Don't lose it. While you're in that world, who knows what you may encounter. But this shard will help you get back to your own world. I don't know how we're able to get out of the previous worlds you've encountered, but sometimes you might not have that luxury of having an easy way back. That said, take note. If you find yourself in trouble, if you find yourself in a place where the power, the static, the energy is at its highest, use this shard. and call out ravenous. That will be your keyword. That will be the word that binds you back, that'll pull you back into your world. Darn it. I feel the signal weakening. This is it. Good luck out there. And hopefully, you can do better than we ever did. The moment you open your eyes, you find yourself in yet another world. However, the scenery around you is unlike anything you've ever laid eyes on. It's peculiar. While the landscape before you is normal, the tinge in the air was anything but. Of great curiosity, you find nothing but red. An alien light, an alien hue, an alien environment unlike the world you come from. You look into the distance and see a castle on a cliff. You wonder, with the castle in existence, would there have been anyone around you? When suddenly, what might we have here? Do enlighten me. Who might you be? I wonder. I thought I would have been the only one here. So, how about it? Tell me, who are you? Oh, is that so? Well, I have no use for you. So, if I were you, choose wisely. What might be your final words before I take you out? You have no idea how you got here, huh? Hmm. What is it with you pathetic beings and pretending? Uh, well then, allow me to make things easy for you. Take care. You're lucky I ended you this way. So, what's it gonna be? I suggest you choose your final words very, very carefully. So, what's it gonna be? Huh? Huh. Is that so? Well, then, if that's the case. Hmm. Well, lucky for you. I sense no energy from you that would indicate any form of danger. Uh, I must admit, though, I would not have expected anyone to be here. I thought I already got rid of the likes of you. So to find someone here is most peculiar. So, what did you say your name was once again? Ah, Is that so? I will admit, though, your presence here is most peculiar. And, judging by the way you're acting, very strange indeed. Tell me, are you not of this kingdom? Oh? Well, regardless, you're not supposed to be here. And that said, we're going to have to do something about that. So, I'll tell you what. I will spare you, so long as you submit to the king. Well, how about it? Will you follow? Are you capable of following orders? Very well. Well then, follow me, and don't get too comfortable just yet. You're not quite off the hook, and quite frankly, I could easily end you. One wrong move. Consider yourself warned. You find yourself brought to an unknown location. The room is dark and cold. Nothing but stone surrounding you. So, apologies if I could not offer a warmer welcome. After all, we do not take lightly to potential intruders here in the kingdom of Mors Kronos, let alone someone that should not even be here, nor potentially even exist. Now, tell me, how did you get here? Rather peculiar one you are. I look at your garments and they are most certainly not of this world. However, like I said, I feel no trace of danger on you. That is why I have chosen to spare you, for now. Do you really have no idea where you are, nor who I am? Well then, from what I feel, you seem to speak the truth. That is why I shall at least spare you an introduction. My name is King Ryzar Sartorius I, crowned king of the kingdom of Mors Kronos. At least, that is the name I have now given the kingdom. Rather strange. Now the more that I look at you, you do remind me of someone. Very strange indeed. Nonetheless, you may call me King Ryzarius or Your Majesty, whichever feels most apt for you to use. Who? The last time I checked, I was the one asking questions here. So, if you not know how you've come here, tell me more about yourself. I'm pretty sure you should be able to supplement at least that information. Spawned, you say? This is rather interesting. Nonetheless, I have no reason to doubt you. I hold information that, originally, there really shouldn't be anyone here. So if you're to say that you just come to this world out of the blue and into being, I just might believe you. Just might. However, why you're here and what your intentions are, don't get too comfortable. I am still quite wary of them. Why is there nobody here? Do you really not know what this world is? Most interesting indeed. And yes, if you're wondering, I am indeed alone. You will not be finding anyone here in these halls, nor these dungeons I can currently keep you in. Very, very interesting. Why am I alone? Oh, that is the question, isn't it? Quite amusing, if anything. You really do not know anything of this world, do you? At first, I must admit, I thought you were bluffing. But from your expression and the way you speak, it seems I really have no reason to doubt you. I keep you here because I know not of whether you can be a threat to this world. Quite frankly, I would have simply ended you then and there. But another part of me has my curiosity quite piqued. I wouldn't go as far as saying that I trust you. In fact, it's quite the opposite. And quite frankly, I have no reason to keep you alive. Yet, here we are. The only reason I'm even keeping you here, living, aware, alert, is the pure conundrum. No. The pure peculiarity of you even being here when no one is supposed to be. That does beg the question as to why you're even here in the first place. Could it be divine intervention? Could it perhaps be a precaution that I was not aware of them setting? Most curious indeed. Kind, you say? I don't know about kind. My activity up until this moment has anything but. In fact, I would say even sparing you is the most minute act of kindness that I've done in years, millennia even. Very peculiar indeed. You know, the more I look at you, it's like it's the back of my head. A reminder of someone. Well, looks like the intruder at least knows basic manners. As a worm should. You are in the presence of a king after all. At least you know how to act the part when you're before one. An old friend, you ask? Mayhaps. Cupcake, you say? I know not what you speak of. I will need some time to ponder over all of this. Why you're here. You might not pose a threat right now, not that I feel it. However, who's to say that might not be the case within the next hours, nor days, or even mere minutes to come. Yet that part of me that is piqued in curiosity still remains. Very, very curious. Well then, you stay put here. I will let you rest for but a moment. One cannot tell when it is day nor night in this kingdom. I made sure of that. That said, at least get a minuscule amount of sleep. And then, once I've come to verdict, I will summon you. Well then, rest well, worm, for it might be your last. Just maybe, if you don't behave yourself. Welcome to the throne room of the Kingdom of Morse Kronos. Well then. Consider yourself fortunate that I even let you out of the dungeons. So I've thought long and hard of what your fate might be. Quite frankly, I have no use for you whatsoever, nor do I have any reason to even keep you alive at this point. Nonetheless. Is it true, though? You know, that's the one thing I must admit I'm surprised by. Every single person that is of this world, well, is aware of what has happened. Yet you that stands before me, simply oblivious to the happenings, to the events of these past years. Do you really not know what has happened here? It's true. You know not of what happened here. Well, given that I have no intention nor use for you, nor reason to keep you around any further later on, I will at least indulge you in the situation you have walked in on. Are you sure you wish to know? Very well then. Before I proceed, tell me, what's it like where you come from? What type of world do you live in? What type of surroundings? Is it anything similar to what you've seen around here? Oh. Interesting. Well, in that case, you might have noticed that in this world, nature was around you, looking over the castle above. But you might have noticed the air being a bit different. A world shrouded in crimson. Of course, there is much reason to this. And quite frankly, I'm much surprised. You see, this is why I had no doubt that you were a threat to this kingdom, nor a threat to me. The fact of the matter is, you act very differently from anyone that has existed in this world. Do you know why the environment, the air, the very air we breathe, the lights, it shrouds this world in crimson? Do you? Do you know why? I hate to break it to a worm like you, but what you have walked into is the end of days. You asked me earlier why there is no one around here. And the reason why is because no one else exists. It is just you and me. Everyone else has long passed from this realm. I have been the only one left. The only remaining kingdom functional. A lone ruler with no subjects. Every last one. Do you know why? Well then, allow me to enlighten you. For millennia, this world has fought war after war after war. A never-ending conflict between different kingdoms. As the years went by, it seemed that this conflict could never come to an halt. No agreement could be made between the kingdoms. And before then, in order to prove supremacy, in order to end up being the last kingdom standing, well, how does one win a war when intellect nor reason cannot be used? What do you think, Worm? They seize power. They assert dominance by force. Perceptive, aren't you? Indeed. If you cannot sway a kingdom to surrender, nor be persuaded by reason, the only viable option is force. And in the years that have passed, that is what each kingdom has done. Unfortunately, in a push for power, each kingdom went over their limits, not even caring what type of destruction they'd wreak onto the world. Unfortunately, there was one kingdom that was really pushing the limits. A kingdom which, through forbidden forces, through powers we have never seen nor realized was even possible, yes, such a power was used where you see, the fear is, when it comes to power, sometimes man will go to no ends to seize power, whatever it takes, whatever would put them at the peak and pinnacle, the apex of success, of dominance. And as a result, one such power was discovered. The power to wipe all. And with one simple wish, from the howls of war, the unending battle cries, the screams of the innocent, in just one blink of an eye, gone. Somehow, some way, I ended up remaining in this world. The Last Kingdom. The Last King Standing. A war that was thought to be unending. A never-ending gathering of conflict and despair. Ending just like that. You know, the more I look at you, as unnerving it is to admit, you remind me of someone. Someone. My memory continues to evade me. Someone I once held precious. Unfortunately, they were a casualty of war. But that is completely irrelevant. Now you know what happened to this world. And quite frankly, there's no reason for you to exist in this world either. I am the last king, the last one standing. There is no purpose for you to exist anymore. There is no reason. There is no use reasoning. Quite frankly, we've gone far enough for me to even entertain you, a most ridiculous prospect. So tell me, what is your resolve at this point? How do you feel knowing that this could very well be the end for you? I have given you more than enough by explaining the circumstances of this world. Well then, how about it? You wish to hear what became of this world. Are you simply but an idiot? You already know what has become of this world. Nothing but chaos and destruction. And yet your resolve is to see it with your own eyes. Silly. Quite silly, aren't you? Allow me a moment to think. Well, just as a prisoner on death row is allowed one last meal of their choice, perhaps I can spare you just one more bit of mercy and grant your wish. I will say, though, a part of me is amused. Amused to see that you would make a wish, almost accepting your fate. Do you not wish to go back to where you come from? Regardless, such a wish would have been futile. I would have just simply ended you then and there. All right, then. Very well. You know, it's been a while since I've last visited Ground Zero. I'll ask you one more time. Are you sure you wish to make the journey to see for yourself what has become of these kingdoms? A peculiar one you are indeed. Very well then. If that is what you wish, then so I shall grant it. I must say it has been a while since I've been. I've had no reason to go back. Very well. In that case, we shall head out at dawn. Allow yourself a moment of rest. It'll be a long trek. But nonetheless, if that is your resolve, if that is your final wish, then I shall grant it. Consider it not out of kindness, but simply amusement to your behavior. Back to the dungeon with you. I have other things to do. You've done well, Worm. I didn't think you would last this long. To tread the roads that even the bravest, most strongest of soldiers have walked, marching to their death. Again, you intrigue me and amuse me. However, unfortunately for you, this may very well be the end. So, what do you think? Ground Zero, where the wish of destruction was once granted. An amusing sight this was, as though time itself has stopped. Not even a single moment to feel any form of pain. But mayhaps it was a merciful end to all. Perceptive, aren't you? Let me tell you a story. Once there was a general who had plans. Some bold plans. Plans that he thought would reunite the kingdoms and end an eternal conflict once and for all. However, the kings rejected this, only wanting to satisfy their own thirst for power. And so the general looked forth, finding any means necessary to put an end to this world. And long did he tread, and finally he found a solution. A solution he never thought would be the power of time. And so he was curious, with the desire to finally achieve peace in this world. With the power of time, he looked forward into the future. Was it ever possible to find and reach peace amongst these kingdoms? What ways, what solutions, what forms of outcome might he be able to enforce so that it would be guaranteed? And yet, he looked for those answers. Through the power of time, he looked at all the different outcomes, all the different futures. Do you know what that general found, Worm? That's right. A never-ending cycle of conflict. Sure, there were some timelines wherein they were able to find peace, but that peace was only but temporary. Again and again, war after war was fought. There would always be that one fickle human who would only want power. And with that thirst and hunger for power, more wars would emerge once again. It was never possible, the peace he wished to achieve. Only despair, only destruction in the end. It was then he realized. Humans were so thirsty for power, to the point that at times that it seemed like they'd want godhood. To be master of this world, for them to dictate the terms of which we'd live. And you know how that would end? Sure, one may hold power, Mayhaps they would abuse such power. And eventually there would be one amongst the masses that would cause an uprising and take down such tyranny. I have seen such futures. And yet in the end, the cycle continues. A momentary moment of peace, some which would last years, decades, centuries, but all it takes for a bit of imbalance in the world. Ambition, power, all it takes is for one to seek it. And again, the cycle repeats itself. And just as you might have speculated, that was me. Once a general that finally had the power to set forth a path for peace, only to realize it was never going to be possible. And so that man may never suffer, he decided to put things into his own hands. If mankind were to continue to abuse power and set forth the cycle that would never end, a cycle of evil, a cycle of unending pain, then I may very well have played God and put an end to the cycle. And so, a new wish has formed. Don't get me wrong. I still wished for peace. However, knowing that the peace I once wished for could not be possible, so I decided a different form of peace. The kind of peace that will put mankind into its final eternal slumber. I was but the executioner of that. The executioner to mankind. If man cannot control itself, if man cannot put a halt to such conflict, if man cannot hold itself from its desire to destroy, then man does not deserve to wield such power, to achieve such power, to hold such power. And so this world is coming to an end. And I, as the last king standing, shall make sure that no man shall abuse such power again. What you see before you is the point of it all, where the wish was granted, where the power of time was used to reflect and realize such a reality. Of course, in the process, that comes with no sacrifice of my own. My very own loved ones. So I have spared them. So I have decided that they too would never have to live through such an agonizing life cycle. I put an end to the conflict. And your existence in this world is but a burden, is but a hindrance from me achieving that final goal. I'll be the only one left in this world. I'll be the one to see this through till the very end. And you are but an obstacle from me achieving that. Your very existence. Is that how you wish to reason? What is the use of such balance in the world, if it only leads to chaos and ruin? Why continue such a cycle? Why put humanity through such a thing? It's a lofty goal in the end. It's finally come to my mind. No wonder. So that's what's it. No. In the process of me achieving this final goal, to put aside my own form of reason, and in order for me to make sure I can achieve my absolute goal, I had to put any form of emotion aside that would otherwise try to stop me from it. It's all coming to me now. Interesting how such a location could trigger such memories anew. No wonder you look familiar to me. My partner in crime. Who would have thought? Even if I had erased you from my memory, that your mere physicality, the similarities, would trigger such memories. Perhaps it would be divine intervention. I would like to think that. Mayhaps this is life's way of allowing me a look at you one more time. Well then. While I am beyond reason, while I have no reason, while there is no way for me to ever sway me from my goal, perhaps this is a way for me to come to terms with another wish I had. That one other wish I wish could have been granted in the process of helping mankind realize its final destination. Uncanny. You really do look like them. Wish I could have seen you off and bid you goodbye one last time. Your existence should suffice. The very visage of you should suffice. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me one last chance to come to terms. At least somehow, some way, I'm able to bid farewell to the one thing I held dear in this world. How does it feel? You know, when I put an end to this world, none of them had a choice. None of them had a final say. Perhaps you can be the representation for them. So, tell me, how do you plead? Is that so? Is that all you have to say for yourself? Well then. At the very least, I thank you once again for allowing me to come to terms and in some form or way see the face of someone I valued once before. One last time. Farewell, worm. And may you rest happily ever after. Ah. So, how do you plead? Go to hell, you say. You know, in the very ground we stand, you can almost consider it hell. Sure, what some may deem unspeakable, unforgivable, is what I decided to do. Well, I have no regrets. Such power I was able to use to achieve my goal, to finally achieve the eternal peace I have sought. I at least have one thing to thank you for. Thank you for, at least in some form of way, thank you for allowing me to see someone I held valuable to me one last time. It feels apt almost that while I might have not have been able to see them initially when I put the world to its end, I can be the one to deliver that end in this very moment. Rest well, worm, and may sleep happily ever after. So, how does it feel? You know what? It matters not. What is your final resolve? How do you plead? Hmm. What on earth are you saying? Wait a minute. Huh. Huh. I see how it is. I see. So there was this all along, huh? Mm, very well then. It seems that this is where we part ways. No wonder. No wonder. What is that? You know, when I first encountered you, I did mention that I felt no threat. That there wasn't any reason for me to doubt you or consider you a danger. But I neglected it. There was but a faint trace of power, but I didn't know what it was, nor was it to be of any concern. I see. You've had it on you all along. The very same power that I used. Bait faint. So you too, huh? Tell me. Have you been to these other worlds? You know, in my pursuit of finding peace in this world, not only did I see different futures of my world, but most interestingly, I also found faint traces of other worlds. So it wasn't simply a fantasy. No. To imagine such worlds actually even exist. I must admit, at first I was rather perplexed when I gazed upon such worlds. In fact, I thought they were but simply twisted mirror versions of this world. But to think that the thought of such worlds even actually existing, it is far beyond what I can comprehend, I feel. Perhaps I might have been wrong. thought such worlds were only but a fantasy. But to think that other worlds thrive out there. And yet here I stand, putting an end to my own. I simply know because of the wish I made and the power that I wielded. Unfortunately, in the process of using the power of time here, I have maximized its power and maxed it out. Perhaps there was a reason. I have mentioned that life might have charted a course, destiny as some might call it, for you to come to this world. For you to look like someone I once held so dear. They were my second in command, you know. But beyond our power, beyond the rank we held in our kingdom, we regarded each other more than that. As more than that. Perhaps it's no coincidence that you were the one to come here and make me realize this. Is it actually possible? But no. Perhaps that is my sin to bear for trying to play God more than a king. In the end, I was but like them. Thinking that I was worthy of wielding power to make the decision myself. In the end, I was the one that made the choice, who used that power to end it all. And it is because of my decision, by my own means, by being blinded by my own goal, that I put an end to this world. There is no use having pity for me. I've done what I've done. And you must think differently of me. Indifferently of me. Well then. I can feel that power from that shard you hold. So that's what it is all along. To think that that same power would exist in other worlds as well. I did what I needed to do. You know what's funny? In the end, I feel no remorse, no regret. It is the decision I made that I thought would be best. Perhaps in the end, that was what I failed to realize. Perhaps it is a cycle. Perhaps there might not indeed be an end to the despair of the world. That man would go through that cycle of motions. Moments of peace. moments of war. But in the end, the fate of mankind is not for just one person to make. Everyone should have a say. Everyone should have a choice in the destiny that they chart and what they make of it. It seems that our time has come to an end. I not know what might become of you, nor the circumstances of the world you come from. But may my sins be a lesson that hopefully echoes forth through the other worlds. So I shall remain here, and until my time comes, I shall indeed be the last king standing. And once it is time for this king to abdicate, there will be nothing left of this world. And I was its executioner. Good luck. And may you learn from us, so that you may never commit the sins of our own kind ever again. Good luck. Mayhaps in another lifetime, you would get it right. Cupcake? Are you okay? You made it. Boy, am I relieved. I was able to catch wind of what happened there. Well, not all of it, but the last few moments of it. I was never able to figure out why all of this was happening. But be careful out there. I was never able to come to a conclusion and why and where this might lead. Unfortunately, it didn't lead to anything good for us. Not in the way. Might not have been same end as what the king encountered, but maybe you guys have a chance? Maybe you'll be able to find success. Maybe you can make it right. Our time is short once again, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to help you again, nor when this phenomenon might happen again. But whatever happens, good luck and Godspeed. No. It's kind of funny. How all of this has happened. But why? Why? Well, hopefully you'll yield better results. Yeah. I don't know how similar you are to the cupcake I knew, but, well, it's nice to know that somehow, some way, there's a cupcake in every world, it seems. Looks like our time is up, actually. For real this time. Y'all take care, okay? And enjoy your time with your Dinoboi. Dinoboi out. Hey, Ryzars! Welcome in! Thank you for tuning in to Unrealized Reality, Last King Standing! Welcome. Now, if you're new to the stream, and might I say, that is probably going to be one of the craziest first streams anyone might have ever walked in on, if this does happen to be their first stream. Allow me to make a quick introduction. Don't worry, that's just a character I played. My actual name is Ryzar Blazenfang, one heck of a Dinoboi from first stage production and second generation Ravenous. And today, we have just gone through our third unrealized reality, aka Last King Standing. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, Red, thank you for the rose. Thank you. It feels like, you know, like at the end of a theater performance. I don't know if they still do it, but not just theater performances. I think like ballets or even in ice skating, like after like the entire thing is done, like they throw flowers to the stage. That's what it felt. That's what it feels like seeing Red's Ryzupa. Thank you. Yeah, welcome. Yes, that was our unrealized reality. I hope it was enjoyable. Of course, you know, the funny thing is that I feel like we can never escape the scuff. And this time scuff is that, you know what, I'll tell you guys later what the scuff was. But yeah, thank you. Mr. Joan as well, thank you for the mint chocolate Ryzupa earlier. Pimko-chan, thank you for the 5 recruitments. Mr. Joan, thank you for the mint chocolate Ryzupa. Mika, thank you for the pumpkin Ryzupa and the banana Ryzupa. Mr. Joan, thank you for gifting 1 recruitment. Snotaku, again, thank you for the lovely rose as well. And Desmochu as well, thank you for the rose too. Thank you. I'm so happy that you liked your king outfit, right? Thank you, Mafer. Thank you. Yes, thank you again for commissioning. Auden, thank you for the blueberry Ryzupa, which comes with a lovely rose. Thank you. Yes, so for today's stream chat, if you guys enjoyed today's unrealized reality and you want to see the next one, again, all Ryzupas and Ryzonos will be used to help build up the next unrealized reality. And it's going to be a bit of a while since the next unrealized reality, I will say, because this might actually be the last time because like, again, there's a storyline, there are certain text, well, that's kind of the scuff actually. There were supposed to be other text dialogues where we utilize like the, you know, that other asset we have, this one, wait, where is it? Like this one? Yeah, there was supposed to be a lot of this, but unfortunately, yeah, due to the reformatting and transferring of stuff to desktop Kunai did, I kind of made a boo-boo and lost a good chunk of that text. So, but I do plan on, I don't know, maybe I'll release maybe I'll release something in the future. I'll release some of the text that was planned. So yeah, I had to go back into improving a lot of stuff, but about 50% of the stream wasn't supposed to be improv. Yeah. So it went from 60 to 90%, I feel. But no, yeah, like it went from 40% improv to 90% improv. But yeah, we were able to roll with the punches. I think, yeah, it was like, oh man, I have to think of all these words on the fly again. Hey, Mr. Joan, thank you for all the flowers. Thank you. Soda Broth, thank you for the 9 months being part of the Blazing Gang. You said we would hate him. Instead, we got doomed past lovers to doomed enemies. You truly could. Thank you. Ken, thank you for the mint chocolate Ryzupa. I legitimately so moved. Your acting the story was just so incredible, right? Bravo. We throw those. Oh, thank you, Ken. Thank you. I actually already have an idea for the next unrealized reality. I think, especially for the lore enjoyers, if we could save enough for the next unrealized reality, you guys are gonna be very, very happy, because I think the only spoiler I'll give for the next unrealized reality is it's gonna be very close to home. That's all I'm gonna say. Yep, that's all I'm gonna say about that for now. And it will be very ambitious. It's going to be very ambitious. Yeah. Like I said, this Unrealized Reality was supposed to be not much improv. But yeah, I guess you guys will get to see it during the next Unrealized Reality. Like, so the intention for the funding next time for the next Unrealized Reality, like I'm planning to work with an actual story writer for it. I'm planning to hopefully work with a script writer for it. There are some parts that'll still be improv because I do like the element of how chat kind of influences the dialogue. So there will still be parts that are improv, but at least for the key moments, they will be scripted. And yeah, you'll still, you'll have more routes and, Thank you, thank you. Absolute cinema, everything was amazing. The BGMs, the backgrounds, the script. Thank you again, Raywa. Thank you. You know, there was actually because I had to improv, I completely forgot there was actually another choice route that was gonna happen. And that choice dialogue would have led you guys. I can show you guys maybe actually. Wait, give me one moment. You guys in one of the bad endings would have ended up here. Wait, 1 second. You guys would have ended up here. So, yeah, some behind the scenes on, yeah, I'm actually going to show you one of the bad endings you would have ended up in. Wait, where's the music for this? So the music for this would have been, well, it's not even music technically, but this would have been the background music for it. Okay, so one of the bad endings would have been in the dungeons. I forgot to do it actually, because like improv brain was going. Okay, so one ending would have been, this is in between the dungeon and the throne room. So there would have been a moment where you would have been able to escape. You would have been able to exit the castle. So this bad ending is called Infinite Nowhere. And the reason why this is the setting for the bad ending is, yeah, you actually could have escaped. You would have been able to escape. So the reason why this is a bad ending is, well, you know what? Before I talk about that, let's go back to the Zatsu room, because I feel like there's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot to discuss, methinks. Okay. Yeah, there was an escape route, but it's a bad ending. It's a bad ending. Mm-hmm. Hey, you nailed it, Mango. Exactly. You would have just ended up lost. You just straight up would have ended up being lost. Is it because there's literally nothing in this world anymore? Bingo! Yeah, because again, the part where it would have happened is between the dungeon and the throne room. Because the MC didn't find out about the circumstances of the world until the throne room, right? So had they escaped right before the throne room part, they would have escaped. They would have gotten out of the castle. They would have gone forth trying to find somebody. Like, the only information that was revealed is there was no one in the kingdom. So MC would have assumed that, oh, if there's no one in the kingdom, then maybe I could find another kingdom where there's people and they could help me. So, yeah. So what would have happened to the MC is they would have gone on and never find anybody. And then, yeah, you guys can probably imagine how that would have ended. Yeah. Thank you for the mint chocolate by Zupa. Wrote down a lot of stuff from the You are gonna need a whole journal to compile this lore. I'm not compiling lore, but I'll try. Good luck and thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the mint chocolate by Zupa, Anna. Yeah, you'll be trapped forever. And who knows, maybe there would have been a chance you would have ran into you would have gotten to Ground Zero, or the place known as Sanguinis Aeternum. By the way, I don't know if you guys do you guys know what Sanguine Aeternum means? Well, I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. Since they're somewhat words you'd find in fantasy. So Ground Zero's name, yeah, exactly, Eternal Blood. You got it, Bloody Eternity. Yes. So that's the name of, you know how like for every scene there's like a location name that flashes? So yeah, that's the name of Ground Zero, Eternal Blood, because that's kind of like the circumstance of their world, right? Okay, where do we even start? What do you guys want to know? Do you have any questions, any clarifications? And then, I don't know, the kingdom name as well. Was anyone able to catch the meaning of the kingdom name? Morse Chronos. Yep, that was the name. Death of Time. Yeah, there you go. So, in a way, the name of the kingdom, which the self-proclaimed king named himself. Yeah. So essentially it's kind of like it's like the meaning of it is, it kind of mirrors the world, I guess, where since the king is the only one that was around in the world, so it's kind of like that, as though like since you're the only one left, like it's like time is at a standstill because there's no one else living anymore, right? So like you might be the only one living, you might be the only one in motion, but the world around you feels like a time stop in a way. Self-proclaimed, so he wasn't a king before. Yep, he was just a general. He was just a general with, you know, he was just a guy that wanted peace. He's just a lone boy in a lone world, you know. He's delusional then. Okay, so let's start off with some background, I suppose. So King Ryzarius Artorius I. One of you was able to catch this during the pre-show, I believe. Like, Ryzarius Artorius I. So some of you might have caught on that. Like King Ryzarius Artorius I. So he's like the first. And he is also the last. He is the first and last of his name, because he proclaimed himself as king. Yeah, that was a good catch. That was a really good catch. That was a really smart observation. I will say though, in case Loki, I forgot the initial name I gave, but the kingdom name I mentioned in the during the pre-party, the pre-show was the original name of the kingdom before Ryzar Artorius changed the name to Morse Kronos. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, let's go for a bit of background. Ryzarius Artorius, or simply General Ryzarius, was initially one of the generals fighting the never-ending war, and you know he was a simple boy. He was a simple boy. Entered the military for his kingdom, rise to the ranks, proved himself to be a worthy strategist and fighter, ascended to the rank of general. And you know, as a general, nobody wants to fight an unending war, right? The whole reason he joined the kingdom's military was, you know, he wanted to end the war. He wanted to find an end to the war. He wanted peace in the land. And yeah, that was his noble cause. He's just a guy. Yeah, he had very good intentions. So, knowing that, you know, he fought wars, he lived his role as general. So, at one point, he decided to put matters into his own hands, try to find a solution. And one thing, you know, because we have very limited time and there's only so much I can squeeze into a stream. Like there is some form of, you know, like the concept of magical relics and stuff like that. So, you know, like how like there's legends of stuff, like legend, like not like in our world, for example, like the legend of Atlantis, or, you know, stuff like that. So in their world, there was a legend of a power that can allow you to change the course of things. So he set out for that power, and in the process discovered the power of time. And are there any questions so far? Wait, while you guys are thinking of that, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Be right back. All right. Quickly, someone draw a mustache. That's crazy. Hi, Altis. Welcome in. Welcome, fam. Hope you're having a good day. Do as Altis says. What do you mean I'm back already? Don't do it. Crazy Dio. All right. So where were we? Yes, questions. You'd look even more kingly, you know. What the frick? I don't know. I feel like the mask would get in the way. Hmm. Hmm. Where do you even find the ability to see futures? Part of the power of time. Like, part of the power that he was able to tap as a result of finding the power of time is he was able to look into like all the different futures and scenarios of what could happen like in the future of his world. And unfortunately, he did not like what he saw. This cupcake passing influence. Technically, his cupcake was still alive. It was in the process of him, I guess, in a way, him seeing what happened in the futures kind of drove him to madness. And, you know, when someone who's not supposed, when someone that's not attuned to holding power, he was just a guy. He was just a normal being. Like someone that suddenly has access to that kind of power. Like you'll never know what could happen, right? You'll never know what the consequences are. Like you'll never know what would happen to someone that has never like held power. What would be the result of them wielding power, right? So that said, yeah, like it was mayhaps him seeing all these different futures that drove him into making a decision that he normally might not have made if he were in the right mind. You know what I mean? Like it's like in the moment of seeing all the and yeah. So you might be wondering like how he was able to achieve wiping everyone out in that case. Well, it could go either way. You could think of him either reversing the body clock on everyone to the point where they didn't exist yet, or the opposite. Likely the first. And yeah, thank you for the mint chocolate rice, Zupayana. Yep. Indeed. First to rule his kingdom, his newfound kingdom at least. So yeah. And of course, in the moment of madness when he made the decision to turn the clock on everyone's existence to the point where they hadn't been of the world yet, unfortunately, his the person he considered dear to him, which you guys were inquiring like what happened to his cupcake, was a casualty of that. So yeah, also yeah, there might be the question of why it's red. The red is a result of the misuse of power. And I don't know if you were able to catch it in the end. He did mention that like he did something so unthinkable on a grand scale that ultimately the power of time that existed in this world ceased to be wielded anymore. So like the red is like an aftermath of that power, just like, because like imagine you wielding that power on everyone in the world, right? Like we're not just talking about kingdoms and a continent. You literally yeeted every single person across the world. So imagine the scale of magic that he used to accomplish that. So our shard is similar to his shard. It has similar capabilities in terms of time. Why the mask? Okay, good question. So yeah, that was something that wasn't able to be tackled during the story. Because yeah, that was initially in the story though, but in the process of trying to recall everything at the top of my head, in the process of improving, yeah. So the reason for his mask is so in the process of him using the power of time, you know how like eventually it just like poofed. So time kind of was like already in the process of shattering. Like that power was in the process of shattering. And when that shattered, it caused it kind of boomed on half his face. And if you recall, there was a point at the end where Ryzar mentions that being in a place so familiar and seeing it by his own, with his own eyes was like triggering memories for him. So at one point when, the power ultimately proved, well, aside from wishing everyone to be, to reverse the existence on everyone, one of his final acts is that he used the power of time to reverse bits of his, select portions of his memory. And those memories were like the parts that would have otherwise make him tap into his like more human side, if that makes sense. Like the power, like, like the memories that would have otherwise brought on the feelings of love or caring, etc. So, and the wounds that he got on his face in the process of using that power, like I believe like he was worried that like to see the scarring would kind of be like might end up being like a hard recall of events. So essentially he wanted to try to banish anything that would relate to being a core memory to him relative to what he did, so that he would like, he wouldn't waver from his resolve to ultimately end his world. Yep, exactly. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say backfired. More like he abused, he overused it. He asked for too much within one moment. I guess the way he came across the mask, admittedly there's not really like any crazy like significance. More so when he returned back to his kingdom. It was simply a mask that would have otherwise been used in masquerade balls, for example, that would have been held in the kingdom once, when they had festivities. So this was a mask that he found in the king's room. So this would be the mask that the former king would have used to attend such events. Yep, exactly. So it's kind of interesting though, I guess. Like, in a way, him utilizing the mask of the king is like further symbolism of him taking on the role as the one and only ruler of the only remaining kingdom, to which he rules alone. He said millennia. Good catch there. Yeah. So with regards to millennia, because of him misusing, time, as a result, time has kind of become unstable in this world. So time doesn't flow normally in this world. It flows very randomly. And yeah, the red. Like the red in the atmosphere, that's kind of like time was cooked. Yeah. In a manner of speaking. Yeah, time was cooked. Is there an option where we can at least save the king, or is he just doomed from the start? Yeah, he's pretty much doomed from the start because number one, there was no way he could reverse what happened in his world since the power of time didn't exist. Number two, sure, you did have a shard which had like an inkling of the power of time, but it was only enough to get you back to your own world. Yeah. And just you. And so our king is gone? Technically, if you think about it, he's still there, but doomed to be the quote unquote doomed to be the last king standing until the very end. And that was his goal after all. Like, you might be thinking, like, why doesn't he just do something about it? Like, since he was the only one. At the end of the day, he did mention his goal is he wanted to see the world through till the very end to make sure that he was the executioner. And, that was, he was going to stick to that goal to the end to make sure that up until his last breath, he was going to be it. So who's the one that gave us the shard? I'll save that for some. That part I won't give you guys as much insight on. Feel free to just take whatever crumbs you can if ever you decide to rewatch the VOD and enjoy theory crafting. But other people visited maybe other cupcakes in Ryzar? Yeah. Look, at least I'm being generous with I feel like I didn't give this much information during Dark Knight and Dragon Tyrant. Like, I feel like this is the first Unrealized Reality where I'm giving you guys full context on the lore and background and world of the Ryzar you're encountering. Oh, also, so for our post stream, similar to before, if anybody wants a souvenir of Last King Standing through a screenshot dialogue or a voice recorded line, starting today until I'll let you guys know next stream, but starting today, you can start availing of it. And the way I'm gonna go about it this time is I will put everything in, I'll do everything off stream, and then I'll put everything into one drive so that you can retrieve like your souvenir there. So similar to last time, orange or pink Ryzupa for a screenshot with dialogue. Sorry, not screenshot, sorry, like a short clip with the same line, with a general line, and then Aka for a customized line from the king. Yep, there's 2 tiers, pink and orange and red. So orange and pink is like you get the same line as everybody, and then the red is you get a fully customized line. So think of it as like a bonus romance route. Yeah. Yeah, bonus episode, if you will. Like, think of it as like a what if. What if like there was some form of romantic thing that happened between King and Cupcake? Because, you know, he did mention that you guys were reminiscent of their second in command. Calls you worm lovingly. That's crazy. Yeah, DLC in a way. And of course, like I said, for this particular perk, all of everyone that avails what you guys contribute will go to the next Unrealized reality. Cause yeah, like for the next one, I'm planning to work with my manager on it to really flesh it out and be prepared. Why did he kiss us though? So just to clarify as well, the kiss was on the forehead, by the way. In case anyone was wondering, the kiss is on the forehead. So that was like him, like, how do I put it? That was like him doing what he wished he could have done to a second in command. Because, like, you know, in the moment of him wiping out everybody, he didn't really take that into account. He was just like hell-bent and intent on being like, yeah, everybody just go perish. Nobody deserves to remain in this world. A kiss is a kiss, fair. Alicia for the King souvenir. Thank you. Oh yeah, by the way, not just through Supas, but you can also do it through Ryzonos as well. There will be limited slots for this, by the way. So double Aka. Thank you, Alicia. I mean, I guess that's kind of the tricky part, right? Like, I feel like depending on your perspective, you either love or hate Ryzarius. Because this is the same guy that moments ago was just willing to take you out for no reason. I mean, like, technically there is a reason, but you know what I mean? Like, didn't even think of you as human. Didn't even think of what you wanted. Didn't even think of your emotions. He was just like ready to take you out. And not in the date kind of way. Take you out as in like perish. Loki don't bat. Yeah, he is kind of stupid. I guess mad would be the right word. He's mad. Not in the Angie kind of way, in a like cray kind of way. Learning his backstory really saved him. Fair. He's extremely toxic, but I'm used to toxic men in my Otome games. Yeah. There was supposed to be a bit more degrading, but I'll just save that for the souvenir recordings. Yeah, initially I'm like, should I do it on stream? I don't want to risk it getting, I don't want to risk having to take the VOD down though. So maybe in the souvenirs. Yeah, the souvenir yeah, it's the incentive. Yeah, it's the bonus recording set I'm gonna be doing. Man, she's stream idea. That's crazy. So yeah, so for those that are planning to avail of it, you have until the Sunday Minecraft stream, and then after that, bonus requests will officially be closed. Daylight robbery. Anything for your majesty. Aww. Wait, let me... Wait, my thing is not working all of a sudden. What the frick? Rini, thank you so much for the akka. Thank you. Damn. Enjoy being called a worm and other things, I guess. I'm sorry, until when? You have until Sunday. Until the Sunday Minecraft stream. Oh, wait, sorry. Since I know that there's some people that don't have Twitter, let me put the schedule in right now. I'm going to put it in. Where is it? There we go. Okay, I'm putting the schedule right now. So you have until... Yeah, I can't really give a time because it really depends on what time I end the stream. It depends on what time I end the Minecraft stream. Where is it? Okay. Okay, getting the schedule now. Okay, where is it? Shiori, thank you so much for the raid. I recognize you. Kamusta? Maligayang pagdating. Salamat sa pag-raid, Shiori. Welcome. Kung di niyo ako kilala, or if you don't know me, my name is Ryzar Blazenfang, one heck of a Dinoboi from First Stage Production Ian's second generation Ravenous. And today, yeah, we actually just finished doing a roleplay stream, and now we're just like chilling, talking about, the behind the scenes, a little bit of background. Yeah. Welcome. Maligayang pagdating. Magandang gabi. Salamat sa pagdalaw. Maraming salamat. Ama-chan, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. I hope you had a good stream, Shiori. Anong ginawa niyo sa stream ni Shiori? Anong ganap? Wait, I think I heard like a Ryzono as well. Wait, let me check that. Let me acknowledge that real quick. Okay, let's see. Wait, my browser is kind of slow right now because I have like drivers I still need. Okay. Oh, Val, by the way, Val, thank you so much for 7 months with the Blazing Gang. Thank you. And I guess we got the choo-choo train going. Choo-choo. Amachan, thank you for 1 recruitment. Mika, thank you for 10 recruitments. Yo! Naglaro ng PP. Anong PP? Joke lang. Anong PP? Teka, anong PP? Teka, naglag utak ko. Ken, thank you for the 1 recruitment. And Sloth, thank you for the 1 recruitment as well. Yo, thank you. Thank you for coming aboard the choo-choo train. Thank you for being part of the membership train. Appreciate you guys. Literal na PP game. Totoo ba? Totoo ba? Oh, Ray Watchan! Thank you for availing the souvenir. Thank you for availing the Last King Standing souvenir in the Ryzonos. Thank you. Yung genital jousting! Okay. Okay, familiar ako sa game na yun. Yun pala. Actually, parang nung sinabi nga yung PP, yun yung naisip ko agad. Baka yung isang game. Nalimutan ko lang yung pangalan, pero yun nga pala yun. Okay. Ace Notsaku, thank you for being part of the choo-choo train. Thank you for being part of the train. Thank you. Yun nga pala yun. Okay. Now I know. Wait. Okay, yeah, I put the schedule up, guys. So, I think the safest to say is like Sunday past midnight probably like midnight Sunday midnight PST. So like literally dead of morning PST is when the likely end of request for souvenirs will be. Yeah, those are for like but like I said, there will be limited slots, so there will also be a small chance that what do you call this? There will be a small chance that if wait, my brain is not working all of a sudden. I'll let you guys know how many slots there are for both the why is my brain not working? I feel like I used all my brain cells during the improv part. This was a wonderful event to participate in for my birthday, right? Thank you for spoiling us and being so amazing. You're truly the coolest Dinoshi. Hey, thank you, Ken. Thank you. Thank you for the mint chocolate by Zupa and happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ken. Wishing you all the best, and you know the question. You know what I'm about to ask you, Ken. You know the drill. Ken. Cough it up. What is it? What cake is it? Chocoflan. Ooh, good choice. Let's go. I like it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for supporting, and yeah, if you guys want to see another unrealized reality in the future, please do support. We're gonna need a lot of audio for the next one. Let's just say that. And I might consider cameo appearances for the next unrealized reality. Maybe 1 or 2, depending on what story I end up going. Yeah, there might be a cameo. There might be. Yeah, that's why like it needs a bit more time and a little bit more funding. I do want to invite someone from within FSP, hopefully, and depending if we can. I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything. Yeah. You know what? Just look forward to it. Just look forward to it. Yeah, we're going to cook. And since we have Desktop Kun now, I can go all out. I don't have to worry about, you know, like, oh, I can't do this because I don't want my PC to go boom. So I can do like more video, more environment. Can't wait for your, ooh, you know what? Now I want tacos. Loki, I was expecting all of Ravenous. Like they get summoned when you say Ravenous. Like, Any other questions, by the way? Any other clarifications you have about Last King Standing? By the way, how's tummy? So much better. So much better. The only thing I'm battling right now is fatigue, to be honest, because sleep schedule has been whack. I've been having a whack sleep schedule. Will we be seeing him later? Very unlikely. I will say very unlikely, but never say never. When will the souvenirs be available to us, Rai? Next week, 100%. Because like as soon as if you guys notice, like my Minecraft thing is closed. I mean, sorry, not closed. My brain, I swear my brain's not working anymore. If you notice, I only have like the Minecraft stream. And I don't have an evening stream, by the way. So like literally after the Minecraft stream, I'm going to be finishing all your like stuff. Like I'm going to like record all the stuff already. And you guys have probably seen like how much time I take to do them. Like during the last streams, right? I mean, like during Dark Knight, I did them live on stream. But yeah, this time, since there's a bit more spice to it, I'm going to do them off stream. Auden, thank you for the akka. Thank you for this amazing cinema. It's such an honor to meet your majesty. You're welcome. Then thank you. Yo, by the way, thank you, Auden. Thank you for supporting Unrealized Reality. Thank you so much. Do you guys want an example? You know, like something along the lines of like where is it? Give me one moment. Like are donos okay for the dialogue requests? Yep, Ryzonos are fine. Like an example would be how I love seeing you squirm, worm. Nonetheless, even a king would find some form of amusement and entertainment off of a worm. And perhaps I might go ahead and partake in finding some form of entertainment in you. And so on and so forth. Yeah, that's the Anyway. Happy music, happy music, happy music. There we go. There we go. Is that for the, oh, this is for the akkas, yeah. Because the pink orange will have a fixed line. But it will still be, you know, there will still be a bit of spice. There will definitely be more spice. There will still be spice in it, of course. Because like, to give you guys an idea, For the pink and oranges, it's like like about up to 2 sentences, while the aqua will literally be like a short scene. Like it's literally like a scene. It's literally like a scene. I hope it's sriracha. Nah, sriracha's too mild. But yes, thank you, Auden. Thank you so much for supporting Unrealized Reality. And your support will help me cook more for the next one and get better assets, better stuff. Thank you, thank you. California Ghost Pepper then? No comment. Well, oh no, all the akas are different. All the akas will be different. So like because like the thing about they're like I make each one unique. Like that's the incentive. Like I write a special scenario for each person. So each person gets a different scenario, all of which have the same amount of chili pepper in it. So like, actually in a way, you guys will be able to see the different scenarios. Cause like, you know, it's going to be a public access drive. So you're going to see each scene. What the difference is, pink and orange is pretty much the same. Like there's no difference. Like, so like literally you don't have to, like, you can just do orange, but you know, if you just want to, if you're feeling generous and want to tip your Dinoboi extra and want to add more to the funding for the next Unrealized Reality, then you know, pink is also appreciated as like a kind tip. He's gonna have to check the dictionary. Yeah. Yeah. Because like I try to make each scenario different as much as possible. So yeah. I guess. I'm going to need a thesaurus. Do we also mention it for... Not necessarily. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you're like planning to avail in the future, please do indicate in your Supa or Ryzono that it is specifically for Unrealized Reality. Otherwise, I will treat it as a, you know, a cupcake time as usual type of beat. Yeah. So yeah, please do make sure to specify. Yeah, general treat, exactly. Okay. I might wait. So Clover is the first Akka, because like Clover, yeah, Clover. What do you call this? Clover put in a request before the stream. Because I think, yeah. So Clover is the first Akka, and then Alicia was the first orange. So that said, I'll probably put out theirs in advance so that you guys can see a sample of like each one. Yeah. Oh, can we start sending it out? Yep, you can. Yep. You may. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's been a long day for your Dinoboi. Like I had to, man, I slept late last night and then I had to wake up early for something, for like some personal stuff. Nothing crazy, you know, just errand type of stuff. Also, if ever you had a good time, don't forget to tweet. Don't forget, if you took any screenshots, don't forget to share. Spread the Dinoboi. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. Don't forget to like the stream if you enjoyed today's Unrealized Reality chat. Like this, Sir Ryzar. Yes, Mika. Thank you for the akka. Thank you. Snowtaku, thank you so much for the banana Ryzupa. The magic word. Oh man. But thank you, Snowtaku. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. And it's my pleasure. Trust me, it's my pleasure. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's a lot of work putting these unrealized realities together. Like sometimes it takes me weeks to even come up with a concept, like a story. Because you know that feeling, like if you don't get that creative spark, you're just kind of like, what do I do? But like once it comes up, it's like, okay, yes, this is inspiring. I want to work with this. So yeah, thank you. You know, my thing at the end of the day is, as long as there are Ryzors that enjoy it, I will do it, of course. No matter, like it does take a lot of time. It's very tiring. It takes a lot of thinking. Takes a lot of brain power, and it does take a lot of resources as well. But I mean, I've told you guys this from the very beginning. Like all the support you give your Dinoboi, the Ryzupas and Ryzonos, like I'm not really the type of person to have too many extracurricular stuff. So what I do is like I just kind of circle it back. Like whatever support you give your Dinoboi through the Akkas and Donos, it'll go back in some form and way. And you know, this is one of those examples. The support you've given for the stream, for the yeah, this is like one way to show my appreciation for you guys. And you know, because if it wasn't something you guys, if it wasn't something that some of the Ryzors didn't enjoy, then obviously I would pivot to doing other things, right? But you know, I'm really happy though that there are Ryzors that enjoy the unrealized realities. So thank you. And yeah, I hope you never get tired of supporting your Dinoboi. You know, it's been rough these past weeks ever since the algorithm started becoming iffy. Like I have like my theories as to why our like not just me, like, you know, why our algorithm kind of got a bit poopy lately. But nonetheless, for those of you that have been sticking around, for those of you that have been supporting, just know how much we appreciate you guys. Like, we appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you continue to support us. Yeah. Like, you'd think we'd get some kind of incentive by them rolling out the... I mean, you guys have probably noticed already. It's like glaringly obvious in chat how they put back the tags on our streams, which is kind of like, you know what? The least they can do is like normalize our algorithm again, you know? So, bleh. Aw. Well, likewise, as long as you'll have your Dinoboi, as long as you'll support me, as long as you're there, as long as you're a Ryzawr, then trust and believe I'll stick around for as long as I can. And that is a promise. Heck yeah. I think it's time for a long overdue cupcake pile. Yeah. All right. Pile up, cupcakes. Let's go. Everyone get in the pile. Tintin, thank you so much for 9 months with the Blazing Gang. You cook so hard on this Unrealized Reality. This might be my most favorite yet. Thank you for your work, Rai. Also, I'm here for 9 months. Time flies. Heck yeah. Thank you so much, Tintin. Yay, cupcake pile. Race to the top of the pile. All right. Yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up because I do need to get something to eat as well. But yeah, in case there are any last minute commission requests, please feel free to put them in, because afterwards, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna come up with a limit on the requests. So yeah. While there isn't a cap yet, ideally put it in for this stream. Also so that I can start working on, especially if you're doing the Akka one, make sure to put them in so that I can start coming up with like a mini script for it. But likely, maybe it's going to be a total of 20 slots, 30 slots, max. Yeah. Because, you know, especially since script writing be hard, especially if I have to make them unique from each other. Like if I have to make them different from each other. But yeah, I mean, you guys have the week to check. Oh, and also, for those that did orange and pinks, you can still upgrade. You do have the option to upgrade if ever. So just make sure to indicate it in your. Just make it sure to indicate it if you're like adding on to upgrade in the within the week. Do you need a list? Yeah, actually, if you don't mind, yeah, agents, if you don't mind helping me list it down. Yeah, that would be helpful. Thank you. All right. So with that said, are there any last questions about our king or the story? Sorry, I think there were like questions earlier, but I missed them because I got, distracted again. Start from this stream. Yep, until Sunday only. Until the end of the Minecraft stream on Sunday. And then afterwards, either whichever comes first, end of the Minecraft stream on Sunday, or if the slots finish. I mean, not finish. If we max out on slots, because I don't want to take too many as well, because it might be hard for me to make each recording unique from each other. Hand in marriage? I don't know. I don't know if you're willing to handle all that kind of cray-cray the king brings to the table. He might have been soft during his last moments with you, but you can never really tell. So in theory, though, not quite. Not quite. Kind of default Ryzar scarring, if anything. Would there be an alternate timeline where Ryzarius finally gets a happy ending from all this, though? No. Well, depends. What can be considered a happy ending for Ryzarius could be subjective, It's subjective, I would say. It's quite subjective. Yeah, it'd be like that. Also, by the way, before we wrap up in a bit, I want to give a big shout out again to starcelestias for creating the assets that we used today for Unrealized Reality Last King Standing, and to Mafer for commissioning the assets. And, it's a risk that paid off for them, where they ended up getting used for Unrealized Reality. Because, there's always that risk, because I'm not going to be able to use all assets, right? There's a chance that I'm not going to be able to use all assets created for your Dinoboi. But in this case, they definitely got lucky with this one, where it manifested into an Unrealized Reality. Will King perish for an obvious lack of resources? That's hard to say, because, with time kind of going iffy in their world, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, does that also kind of affect hunger? And by our world standards, how long does Ryzarius have to live still? Like, who knows? Like, 1 year for us could be much longer or shorter for him. You can never really tell. All right. I think it is time for your Dinoboi to rest up. Thank you again for participating in today's Unrealized Reality. By the way, above anything else, more than anything else, can we get hearts in chat for everybody? Can we get some orange hearts in chat for everybody? Why? Or orange hearts are like the Ryzar heart emote. Why? Because y'all participated today. It would be hard to do an unrealized reality with a silent chat, but you guys immersed, you guys participated, you guys made it easy for your Dinoboi to bounce off of you guys once again. And that's kind of the magic of doing these things, right? I might have, I worked on the unrealized reality, but an unrealized reality isn't truly complete and successful without the Ryzawrs helping bring more life to it. So thank you for volleying with me, and it was really good. You guys were great. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a big self-hug. Yep. Thank you again. So look forward to this week's schedule. I'm gonna post it as well on YouTube so that you guys can see it as a post, but it is available in the perpetual waiting room that we have, so you guys can check it out there already. Wednesday there won't be any stream. Well, technically Wednesday for Asia, but Wednesday night will be the next stream if you are in NA. We have a few collabs this week, so look forward to them as well. Whew. Yeah, I need to get something to eat. I'm starting to feel like the fatigue. Once again, this has been Ryzar Blazenfang, one heck of a Dinoboi from First Stage Production EN, second generation Ravenous. Again, last King Standing special bonus clips as a souvenir will be available for commission until Sunday or until slots are still available. So thank you again. Thank you guys. Thank you. See y'all again Wednesday night / Thursday morning, depending on what time zone you're in. All right. Bye, Cupcake. I'll catch y'all later. See ya. Whew. I am tired. So tired. Hella tired. But you guys always make it worth it, so... Tired, but feeling hella accomplished and satisfied. Anything for my Ryzawrs. Okay, then. Time to get that rest now. Till next time, Dinoboi out. Mwah. Who would have thought? Maybe, just maybe, can the cycle finally be broken? What's about to come? I guess this will be it. The make or break point. With all the failed attempts, they're going to need all the luck they can get. I guess time will tell. But heck, what is time anymore?